Battle of BC, featuring pretty much every top player in the world except for these three. We got to see new matchups between players from all across the globe and the same old sets that are starting to get old. Today we recap all the memorable highlights in a segment I call the fastest 4 minutes. This tournament kicked off with top players sweating out the gates, as it was evident from day one that this would be the most stacked lineup that Ultimate had ever seen. Top 128 is where the craziness began, as we saw players like Big D get sent to losers by Mr.R and getting knocked out of the tournament just hours before signing with Luminosity. And speaking of sponsors, we have to mention Armadillo's Mickey Mouse run, as he avoided facing Sonics, which paved a clear path to top 24, where he would go on to get 3-stocked by Shuton. Actually, wait a second, yeah, let's scratch that. I meant to say Armadillo would go on to nearly reverse 3-stock Shuton in back-to-back games and win the set 3-0 to remove the Mickey Mouse allegations. Meanwhile, your typical top of the top players like aCola, Spargo, Gluttony, and Miya had no trouble staying in winner's bracket as top 24 approached, but some of the other candidates for best in the world found themselves realizing that the word best isn't plural, as only one could move on and the other would be gone. Zomba went ahead and robbed MKLeo from having the title of best in the world, as he managed to completely change the definition of Game 4 Leo. Meanwhile, Sisqui plowed through the bracket as he pulled out upsets against Riddles and YoshiDora to secure a spot in winner's side top 24 using calculated character changes throughout this bracket. And lastly, it was Tweek that came out flat, as Maister served up an extra sweet 3-stack of pancakes with maple syrup to top it off and secure a winner's side slot for day 3. Day 3 kicked off with our top 8 qualifiers for the winner's side, but it honestly had me questioning if this was actually the winner's bracket because none of these sets were close. aCola, Miya, Spargo, and Maister easily 3-0'd their opponents to secure a top 8 spot in winner's bracket. And I guess the lucky number of the day was 3, because in loser's bracket we saw 3 Japanese players each win 3 sets in a row to punch their ticket into top 8. Shuton, Kameme, and YoshiDora each found themselves beating some of the best players in the world to further prove Japan's dominance in Ultimate right now. I mean, I get it, North America won the NA versus the World Crew battle this weekend by 1 stock, but let's be real, Japan has been dominating every tournament, no matter the location. That being said, the final top 8 slot would actually go to an American player, because it would be Tweek facing off against Zomba. It would be Tweek Talks versus Zomba Tweets, but really it was Zomba with that clean 3-0 sweep.
For a spot or an air dodge or something? Is that it? Zomba stands up?
Yeah, the down smash is gonna do it. Tweek.
There it is.
And after a full weekend of scrolling through Echo stats, we still haven't caught every upset at this tournament, but at this point it's safe to assume if I haven't mentioned your favorite player, that means they probably lost early. Either way, it's time for top 8, so join me for the ride. Starting off in winner's side with the best player in the world beating the best Game & Watch in his country to move on to winners finals. Moving on to the other winner's side match, which features the best player in the world also beating the best Game & Watch in his country to also move on to winners finals. Meanwhile, in the losers bracket, both Shuton and Kameme would continue their dominating run through this entire tournament so far. Kameme would end up beating YoshiDora to send him out at 7th place, and Shuton would beat Zomba to send him out at 7th place as well. But it didn't stop there. Shuton continued to prove that Olimar is a hype character by beating Maister's Mr. Layman Watch 3-0, and Kameme quickly followed that up as he was able to beat Miya 3-2 by using Sora and wait a second, Me Brawler? Okay, Me Brawler. And that means both Game & Watches are out at 5th place. That would leave 4 players left in this bracket, aCola and Spargo in winners with Shuton and Kameme in losers. Winners finals picked up right where Kagaribi left off, as aCola wasted no time on Steve or Kazuya or any other character. He went straight to the Aegis versus Spargo. And even though he managed to take 1 game, aCola would still lose his set 3-1, sending Spargo into grand finals and aCola into the loser bracket. In loser semis, Kameme faced off against Shuton and decided to remind all of us of all those, pocket swords that we used to see at tournaments that used to just get absolutely bodied, because that's kind of how this set went. It wasn't even close. Losers finals was the battle of DLC, as Shuton decided to test out the Aegis versus aCola, but as we all know, Steve is the best $5.99 purchase you'll ever find, and that's pretty much all aCola needed to use to win the set 3-1 and punch his ticket into grand finals. Now I know what you're probably thinking, another Spargo and aCola grand finals? Didn't we just see Spargo destroy aCola in Japan and in winners finals of this tournament? How is this set going to be any different? Well, I'll tell you how it's different. aCola knows he has no shot at winning this, and he knows that everybody hates Steve, so he's going to be a man of the people and pick the character that we all want to see. A character by the name of Donkey Kong. aCola put up a good fight and almost stole game 1 with DK, but in the end he would once again lose to Spargo 3-0 to officially make Spargo the undisputed best player in the world.
There's a dash attack. Do it to the corner. Spargo again smiling, taking a sigh of relief right there. Very, honestly, a tough game 1 against the DK, and then a 3. Truly, yes, it went down. Come on, man. I mean, that was close. Give it up for the DK right there. Give it up aCola and Spargo, 2 of the best players in the world right now. Spargo coming out on top, currently up 4-0 in their last 4 sets that they played, though. It's just ridiculous.
Jump here. Is Miya going to pull the trigger on the down air? No, tries to go for the back.
Come on, man. That's too easy.
Oh, a double? Are you kidding me?